This is the new Summit Campervan from Lowdhams Leisureworld. It's based on the Ford Transit Custom, which is a great base vehicle. It's 130 PS in this version with alloy wheels and the stunning orange metallic paint, and they're built by Wellhouse Leisure, so they've got an excellent reputation for building campervans. So let's see how it drives. Don't worry, I'll put the roof down. Okay, so let's get ourselves set up in the Ford Transit Custom. First of all, the seat adjusts up and down, which is very good. That's perfect for me. I like it quite close to the steering wheel. The steering wheel's adjustable for reach and reach. So let's have it about there, that's great. And if you're used to driving, oh, switch that off. If you're used to driving a Ford car, you'll find this all very familiar. All the controls are well laid out. One thing I do particularly like, this is the facelift Ford Transit Custom, and it has a revised dashboard. The dashboard is much better laid out. It used to have heater controls in a terrible place. The heater controls, you had to stretch over here to get them, and it was rubbish. Size wise, it's similar in size to an MPV or SUV or a big four-wheel drive, so if you've ever driven one of those and you like the high up driving position, you'll love this. One tester criticised the pedals on a previous model for being a bit too high, but I think they're absolutely fine. I'll do that out. Visibility is good, and I like the mirrors have two bits of glass, convex glass in them. So you've got the main view, and then you've got a low down view of the edges of the van. So visibility is excellent. Rearward vision, normally you don't get a lot of it on panel vans conversions, but on this one you've got quite a good slot above the rear travel seat and the tailgate, so you can see you have got quite a bit of rear vision, which is unusual, and it feels torquier than the last Transit Custom I drove, which I think was a Euro 5. So yeah, it's good to drive. There's certainly no learning curve if you're used to driving a four-wheel drive or an SUV. And size-wise, this is about 5 metres long, so it's very similar in length to a big family car, luxury saloon, or a four-wheel drive. So in terms of driveway real estate, it won't take up very much room. One thing that is good, sometimes you find with vans that have swivel seats at the front, they lift up the front driver's seat and can make it uncomfortable, particularly if you're a taller driver. You start having problems hitting your knees on the steering wheel. On this, it's absolutely fine. The driving position's spot on. So you've seen the outside. What about the inside? Let's take a closer look. There's an electric step, which is good if you're a bit older. Well, inside, the table moves or can be removed entirely. It swivels, it also rotates to fold flat, but it's quite useful to have a fixed table. The seats spin round very easily. There's a fly-off handbrake, which makes the driver's seat a lot easier to swivel because the handbrake doesn't sit up in the air, so you can spin it with the handbrake still on, which is a great benefit. On most vehicles you have to drop the handbrake. The seats themselves, they're leather trimmed at the edges. They've got a fabric pattern in the middle, which is good. It's cooler in summer than an all leather design, so that's good. I like those. Plenty of leg room. The raised edges on these cabinets make the driver's swivel seat genuinely useful. It's not, you haven't got a sort of cabinet sitting in your hip, so that works quite well. I'd like another armrest on this side, but that's nitpicking. Yeah, it's good. Plenty of headroom. I'm 6'2", and yeah, I've got a good few inches there, so that's fine. Multimedia system is good in this vehicle. Ford logo, very funky. It's got a DAB radio as standard. As is often the case in Ford vans, it's pretty loud with good bass. Definitely hangover from their builders van days. Yeah, so good. Considering it's a short wheelbase van, there's plenty of room in the Summit. The kitchen facilities, you've got a 2-burner hob and a combination sink unit with a cold water tap. You've also got a useful drawer for cutlery and stuff like that. A 40 litre compressor fridge running on 12 volt. And if you open this drawer and press a catch, you've got a handy slide out unit, which is good for spices, things like that. That back. There's also, unusually for a camper van, a Dometic oven with a grill. It's a good idea to pad these trays out because they will rattle around in transit. Put a tea towel around it. You've also got an extra cupboard, a bit of cupboard space there, and a chemical loo. In terms of electronic equipment, you've got the control panel here for all the lighting, things like that. You've also got the Eberspacher heating system controls. It's got blown air diesel heating on this van, which is a great feature. And even with the roof up, it'll keep it toasty warm all year round. So that's great to have. Right, now I'll show you how you make the bed up. Okay, to make the bed up, very easy. All you do, you lift up the base, lift it forward, flip it over 180 degrees. There's a lever here, pull it up, and then just pull the backrest down flat. That gives you an over 6 foot bed. It's flat, it's comfortable, and the other advantage is because you're not sleeping on the seating face, the bed will get half the wear because you're not double using one surface. So, what's the bed like? Well, I'm 6'2", and as you can see, I've got plenty of room. It's a good flat bed. I can sit up in bed. There isn't an overhead cabinet that's going to bang my head. Also, the reading lights are quite well placed. Some of them, they have them directly over your head, so that's quite nice. There's a locker here which I can just about get into, and I can access the tambour door locker and this locker here. So these would be ideal for clothing and your touring bits and bobs. Yeah, good blackout curtains. No complaints at all about the bed. Really good setup. Like it. So that's good. To put it back, just lift it up here. Needs a good shove. Pop it back. Lift the base up again, and then flip it back. The other nice thing about this particular seat, you've got 3 inertia reel seat belts. It's M1 crash tested. It also has Isofix fixings, so if you have kids with child seats, they can be securely mounted. Right, with the seat slide, to slide it forward, after you've released these catches, all you need to do, you can either sit on it and sort of pull it forward like this, or you can push it from the back. But with it fully slid forward, you do get a lot of room. As you can see, there's lots of room in the boot. I think you can fit a couple of mountain bikes in here, so that's good. You've also got access to your consumer unit and fuses. And what's this? I think this is the gas locker. Yeah, gas locker's in there. So yeah, good convenient space, plenty of room. One thing I do really like about the new Ford is the reversing camera. I'll just demonstrate it for you. Controls are a lot better, and when you select reverse gear, you get a really good view. And when you start going backwards, it's a really clear picture of what's going on. So yeah, excellent. So my verdict on the Summit. Well, I like the Ford base vehicle. I think it's a great base vehicle, easy to live with, great to drive. I like the quality of the conversion, and it's got the reassurance of a 3-year warranty on all conversion work and the base vehicle. The beds are all adult size, but for me the star feature is the sliding rear seat system. You can either have a massive boot or a massive lounge, and it's great to have that flexibility. Overall, brilliant vehicle.